starts here at Wolverhampton and 4th back on turf last time. There is Madame going in. 15-2 then far away for Luke Morris and Ron Harris. It's 11-1 Missile Attack, who had to be walked much of the way to the start by Royston French. 16-1. I'm Still the Man, who was a 2-year-old winner at Sandown last year up the middle of the track. 16-1 also Love to Tara as a debutant here. 40s bar. Still got a few to go in. Trip is 5 furlongs. Let's go up to Martin Harris for the call.
And then the two that went to post early, Ice Trooper and Missile Attack, will complete the line for the soldierscharity.org selling.
Now into 4-1. Did open up at 11-2 a little bit earlier. 4-1 for Acciano. Nance stays on. Back out to 3-1 now. Did touch 9-4, but drifting again slightly. Resuscitator at 7-2. 4-1 Acciano. Beta at 5. 8 for Encompassing. Pearl Opera at 12. 18 for Aragon Rouge. Doogie Boy at 33s. And the 25 rated Jumbobo, the 100-1 outside. The numbers 4, 6 and 9 don't go as they begin to load the stalls here. Acciano's going to be one of the first ones forward. So Resuscitator, would it be the sort of tentative choice?
Yeah, this is not really a race that I would be suggesting you go and have a bet in, but I think Resuscitator, you know, if, say for example, if I was looking at this race from a place pot perspective, I'd definitely say, well, Resuscitator's the solid one in the race, and let's bung him in there. But this isn't the sort of race that I would be betting in, and I don't have a particularly strong fancy, but I do expect Resuscitator to be there or thereabouts.
But Nance is on third at Redcar last time out. Well supported, 3-1 market leader. In racing over the mile of late without showing too much promise. A little bit to find on the ratings as well. Doogie Boy, another one a little bit to find on the ratings, but lightly raced. Only had the 4 starts so far, dropping down in grade for Bill Turner. His grandson Jake Payne's in the saddle. He's currently a 33-1 chance. So going forward there, we can see in the light blue colours, Pearl Opera, Tayo Barber, Men Don't Cry, a little bit of support for that one, 16 from 20, 16 for Spanish Acclaim, 20 bar those. Barber, Men Don't Cry, a little bit of support for that one, 16 from 20, 16 for Spanish Acclaim, 20 bar those. So Marinus for Sylvester Kirk, one of the more lightly raced horses in the field, who heads the market here, but money for Men Don't Cry here, Graham, and another one who's quite lightly raced.
Yeah, very difficult to see how he could have any possible chance. He's been beaten 17 lengths last time, tailed off on his previous start. However, he has finished third, some way back in his form, which suggests he's got some degree of ability. And I do actually quite respect the trainer, who I think is up and coming and might well turn out to be quite a useful trainer in the years to come. So I wouldn't completely rule that one out, but it's difficult
it's hard to see. I mean, even dropping back down 2 furlongs of distance, it's hard to see that improvement coming just from that drop in trip.
It's very hard, yeah, very hard to see, but the trainer does know the time of day. That's all I'll say about Men Don't Cry.
And you've given a good word up for Insolence of Office before. He's got a good track record and ran well at Carlisle last time.
Yeah, I fancy Insolence of Office. I think Younger Borough is another real course specialist who's shown plenty of speed in the past, in many ways in the same sort of mould as Almaty Express. But yeah, I think Insolence of Office would be the one that I fancy. Yeah.
So Insolence of Office, who was supported, just been clipped at a couple of points. Now into 8-1 from 9s. 130 the favourite Marinus. Majuda at 5. 6-1 Almaty Express, the old timer, who's not off a bad way till the best of his form. Won here over the 5 furlongs last time out, and has won 20 times from 122 starts. Going forward is Arachnophobia. Luke Morris riding for Martin Bosley. Also ran at Salisbury last time out. Comes back down in trip. Back down to 6 furlongs today and has dropped a few pounds down the weights as well. Over the far side going in was Anja Marber. Kirsty Mulsaric riding for Connor Dorr. So they're loading up here thick and fast. Marinus has been well supported, 3-1 market leader for the first race at Wolverhampton, and for the first time today we can go live to the track once more and say good afternoon to our commentator, Mark Johnson.
Good afternoon, Martin. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, very, very heavy rain, but I'm pleased to say just a little bit of drizzle here, but not too bad at the moment, just a light breeze. Last two moving in. Last two moving forward now. The last to go in will be Marinus, goes into stall number 2. That's it, they're in the gate. Lots of movement in that gate. And thereafter, he caught them in a very good line towards the outside. Blueberry Fizz.
To 4-1. Did open up at 11-2 a little bit earlier. 4-1 for Acciano. Nance stays on. Back out to 3-1 now. Did touch 9-4, but drifting again slightly. Resuscitator at 7-2. 4-1 Acciano. Beta at 5. 8 for Encompassing. Pearl Opera at 12. 18 for Aragon Rouge. Doogie Boy at 33s. And the 25 rated Jumbobo, the 100-1 outside. The numbers 4, 6 and 9 don't go as they begin to load the stalls here. Acciano is going to be one of the first ones forward. So Resuscitator, would it be the sort of tentative choice?
Yeah, this is not really a race that I would be suggesting you go and have a bet in, but I think Resuscitator, you know, if, say for example, if I was looking at this race from a place pot perspective, I'd definitely be saying, well, Resuscitator's the solid one in the race, and let's bung him in there. But this isn't the sort of race that I would be betting in, and I don't have a particularly strong fancy, but I do expect Resuscitator to be there or thereabouts.
But Nance is on third at Redcar last time out. Well supported, 3-1 market leader in racing over the mile of late, without showing too much. A little bit to find on the ratings as well. Doogie Boy, another one a little bit to find on the ratings, but lightly raced, only had the 4 starts so far, dropping down in grade for Bill Turner. His grandson Jake Payne's in the saddle. He's currently a 33-1 chance. So going forward there, we can see in the light blue colours, Pearl Opera. Ty O'Shea rides this filly, visored for the first time today. So we've seen one gamble landed at Wolverhampton this afternoon with Maria's Choice. Will we see another one with Nance Saison? Let's get to Mark Johnson and find out.
Thanks very much indeed. Not too many left to go forward now. Once again, the heavens opened up between races, but it's dry again at the moment, just getting a little more blustery. Last couple moving in. Last one in will be Doogie Boy. That's it, they're in the gate.
David Evans looking for a quick across the card double, having scored over at Windsor with Anginola. Aquasulis has had 5 runs this term, 4th in a handicap on turf at Windsor last time out, and has won 3 times here at Wolverhampton from just 6 attempts, so clearly handles this surface. And is a big player, 11-4. Ice Trooper at 7-2. Darrell Holland riding Ice Trooper here for Linda Stubbs, without a win this season. Won an October Lingfield Cellar last year, 3rd in a Redcar Claimer last time. This is Mother Jones about to go in for David Evans. Was claimed by David after winning here earlier in the year. He was riding. And requires the blindfold for stalls entry here. Medam is number 8 for Sean Harris, was a winner a couple of runs ago. That was here at Wolverhampton, then 4th back on turf last time. There is Madame going in. 15-2, then far away for Luke Morris and Ron Harris. It's 11-1 Missile Attack, who had to be walked much of the way to the start by Royston French. 16-1. I'm Still the Man, who was a 2-year-old winner at Sandown last year up the middle of the track. 16-1 also Love to Tara as a debutant here. 40s bar. Still got a few to go in. Trip is 5 furlongs. Let's go up to Martin Harris for the call.
And then the 2 that went to post early, Ice Trooper and Missile Attack, will complete the line for the soldierscharity.org.
They've had plenty of rain over the last few hours. It's race time for the first. They're going behind. Tight at the top of the market here between Living the Life and Branson. 5-2, Living the Life just preferred. But on the exchange, there's nothing in it. Branson 11-4 as they begin to go behind. 7-2, Capo Rosso here for Richard Kingscote. Therapeutic at 5-1. It's 18-1 bar those. The market saying there are 4 with a serious chance here. Let's start with Branson, number 1, trained by Richard Hannon. Carries the colours of Andrew Tinkler. Pat Dobbs on board. Well beaten at Salisbury on debut in soft. They ran better at Windsor when third last time. And drawn in stall 2, this cop by Mujadil. Branson, 5-2, joint favourite now with Living the Life, who's a newcomer here for Jamie Osborne and Fergus Sweeney, carrying Michael Buckley's colours here. Of course, we used to sing these more over jumps. Living the Life is a daughter of Footsteps in the Sand, cost €9,000 as a yearling, but is drawn out in stall 11. However, she is now the clear favourite on the exchanges and with the bookmakers, so it's interesting that Living the Life is so strong in the betting. Capo Rosso was the one I thought could go well here. He's got a bit of experience, 4 runs under his belt. Third at Hamilton a couple of runs ago. Did run badly at Haydock last time. He went off in front that day and the ground was bottomless. Just wonder if he might have a better chance on this polytrack surface. Capo Rosso, I thought he could go well. Therapeutic was the other one I was looking at for Scott Dixon and Milk It Mick filly. Sylvester de Souza running for Paul Dixon here. And Living the Life is the clear favourite now. Living the Life, of course, a newcomer. I think will do well to live to win from stall 11 on debut. Fergus Sweeney on board. They are now beginning to load up. I think we'll go up to the commentary box at Wolverhampton and bid a good evening to Martin Harris.
Next up is Keris. Living the Life is about to load. Followed in by Gowatonian. Next up will be Therapeutic, followed by Napinda. Three to come. Branson into stall 2. Capo Rosso into 8. And Bear Totem, who's drawn 6, will be the last one. So 1 to come. Bear Totem for the ABF, the Soldiers Charity Maiden Auction, and now Gowatonian has backed out. And they're going without him. They're
runners recently is I think that they got into a habit of bringing horses back and putting them into group company when they weren't quite ready for it, whereas now they seem to be throwing their horses into handicaps, and they're doing awfully well this season with horses in handicaps. The one at the weekend at Sandown, a particularly good example, and it's interesting that Misbah dropped to a Wolverhampton handicap. This could be another example of them maybe dropping their horses down in grade, just trying to get the wins back into them before maybe going back up in class in time, and the fact that money come could be significant.
Yeah, the horse who won the handicap was Enk, wasn't it, or Enkel?
Inca, that's it, yeah, that's what it was called. It was favourite for the Racing Post Trophy at one point, or one of the joint favourites. Yeah, and was really the sort of horse that Godolphin would have almost certainly run in a group race this season, first time out, but they decided to go for the confidence booster, go for the handicap. It absolutely bolted up, and now they can go for the group race next time, and they've got a win on the board, and that seems to be their new strategy, and it's working for them this term. And
there's money for their Misbah here, 8 to 1 into 6 to 1, 9 to 4 at the top of the market from 11 to 4. Is Veni Gazu under the penalty, a winner here last time out over the course and distance. Interestingly, Peter Chapelheim stable in good order. 4 of his last 12 runners have gone on to success, and he's got a strike rate of close on 75% with Rob Havlin in the saddle at Wolverhampton. In terms of selection for this race, Graham?
Well, I like Enery, but there's a big drift from 9 to 1 to 12 to 1 late, which I'm never happy to see. And Mark Johnston's runners, obviously we were talking about the long losing run earlier on, but I did like the way it stayed on last time at Kempton over a mile, and it's 1 over 1 mile, 1.5 furlongs at the course. It's up to 1 mile, 4 furlongs. Reminds me a little of what Johnson did with Fennel Bay, yeah, Ascot.
Let's see how that one gets on. Mark Johnson with the call on the 3:15.